I love bad bees. That is my effing problem. Like, I love everybody. When you're bad on the outside and you're good on the inside, it's like lethal. Hi guys, it's Kennedy. Welcome back to A Girl Talk. I've literally been so excited to do this because we have much to catch up on. I believe the last committed girl talk I did was in September. Much has happened since September, you guys. Let's start our chit chat. For starters, if you guys don't know me, I am an artist and I've just been diving into so much into my life of creating and just pursuing the things that I want. And I feel like that's a huge part of me guiding myself through womanhood right now, pursuing what feels right and what I know I should be doing. This piece I'm going to put on the screen is specific. It's called Miss 20 something. I believe I made it in November, kind of after the SZA song, Miss 20 something, but I was just so freaking out of sorts, you guys. It was really difficult, just trying to, I really have felt oh my gosh, I'm really entering womanhood. I'm an adult, I'm an adult woman and there's things that need to be handled and just existing, but also just feeling so young and fresh. And just this is the whole point of this time. I'm really self-aware, so I'm of course this is what your 20s are supposed to be about right now. But girl, their testing is literally the epitome of how I feel. I feel bare but covered, comfortable but I can't see, in rest but also everything is going on around me. I feel comforted by being a girl and being a woman and just having so many options. The duality of woman is beautiful. It makes me so excited. We really can do anything and I really can do anything, and that's just a feeling that I've been really just leaning into. I struggle with kind of putting yourself in a box and feeling oh, I should do this, I shouldn't, or this makes me that, or whatever. It's something I'm actively working through constantly. Just wanting to be big dog, but also just wanting to be gentle. I want to be successful. I'm taking the steps necessary, but I also just want it to be easy and soft and gentle. And those things feel like they can't go hand in hand, but they definitely can. Softness and gentleness just comes through daily routine, personal care, kind of not mixing business and pleasure, then allowing myself to if I'm having a rough day, I'm having a rough day in my own reality, but that is not going to be at the expense of my work that I'm putting into certain things, the work is still going to get done, but I'm still allowing myself to feel my emotions, because at the end of the day, I'm just a person with feelings and a girl, and I just want to be catered to. Have to focus on being kind to yourself in your personal life and just soft in those areas. Yeah, just kind of balancing my relaxation with still getting things done. I don't like getting into slumps anymore. I'm at a different point in my life than I was literally months ago, but I'm a person, gender aside, I'm a person, and you have rough days, whether they have to do with your gender or not, so yeah, I'm just a person, and that is something I've been allowing myself to be, is just be a person. Literally this past week, my room is where I do all my art and, my creations, and I'm so grateful for it. I have such a beautiful space that I'm happy to be in. My room is just not in the ideal situation to be clean every day anymore. I'm creating, I have art everywhere, and I have to accept that. That's just something that I've been just slightly going through, because if you have a clean space, you feel good about whatever the case. If your room is clean, you typically are wow, this is nice. Having a clean space does it for you. At least it does it for me. If my room isn't clean, that doesn't determine my value. I guess maybe that was what was happening. The things occupying the space is literally my dreams. I am pursuing something, so I can't beat myself up about it, and I feel that's just has been happening. But yeah, how are you guys? What's tea? What's going on? Because I've been on this channel, I've been doing a lot, but I just haven't had a chance to really sit down and talk to the girls like we do, and I really miss this. I definitely these are really some of my favorite videos to record, because they're just like a bunch of words, a stream of consciousness, but they're the most me thing. Like I said, I'm really tapped in and like focused on so much right now. I feel like parts of me are being like siphoned. Like with conversations, sometimes it gets hard for me to even want to have conversations. I've kind of just been, I haven't even been ignoring anyone or anything. I just haven't been able to give my all like I used to. And I'm okay with it right now, just because it hasn't been harming any of my relationships. All of my friendships and relationships are really close. I can't help but feel a little guilty not being able to, it's not like I'm talking about all the things that I'm doing, but all the things that I'm doing are the only thing on my mind. And I feel like I've never been that type of person, but right now it's just the type of person I am right now. So it's kind of hard for me to have other conversations about stuff sometimes. Not that I think it's a waste of time, it's just not where my focus is at. I wonder, like, do any of y'all relate to that? Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't even think I'm changing in that way. I haven't had time to focus on what others are doing. And I feel like I've pretty much been able to maintain that in my life, just having good relationships with people and keeping up. But that's just something that's been new for me as well. Just like struggling to focus on conversations. It's been like multitasking, honestly. And I've been there to be a space of comfort and listening ear right now. But honestly, it's just been like hard. You know, I'm navigating it. The people in my life are understanding of what's even happening. So I'm very grateful for that. With that in mind, let's get into a little bit of the talk. Okay, so I talked to someone. Yeah, it always starts off like that. Like, come on. Yeah, I was talking to someone in December and it was really good and it was really short. And then it's over. And that's what it is. I've been seeing so many TikToks revolving around that. And I'm happy that TikTok exists because you don't feel as alone sometimes when you're like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? And I've been feeling a little crazy. That's especially why I haven't been able to really talk to you guys, because I've been like, honestly, I'm gonna just be real for a second. Once a boy comes into your life as a girl sometimes and be like, yeah, they messed it up. Like, duh, they messed it up. Duh. Nothing got messed up. Period, point blank. But you got messed up. And that is enough of like feeling off for a week because you're like, your brain is being occupied with a person that you actually liked for a little bit and then it's over. That's apparently how it goes and it's okay. In my head lately, I've been like, don't count me out, you know? Like, there's so much life to be had, God willing, that opportunities will present themselves and maybe you'll find yourself back with a person or talking to a person. If not, cool. You know, you don't even know these people. So pretty much, like, you don't know a lot of people for a good chunk of time. So you can't really beat yourself up about, oh, I missed them. Like, you can miss somebody, but you miss the idea of yourself with the person. You liked who you were. You liked the part of yourself that popped up. And that was something that happened for me. I guess, let me just be real. We're girls. The banter of my conversation with this person was like very good for me. I feel like that's something that I look for that I didn't realize that I look for. Yeah, people just don't have the same sense of humor sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like on my list of like needs in relationships and talking to anybody, it is 110% like sense of humor, challenge, banter. Like, that does it for me. It's a part of my personality. And I feel like it's such a huge part of my personality that when that need is met, you feel an attachment, especially when it's something so new, short, and all that. Really grateful for it though, because now I feel, now that I've healed from that so quickly, because it was, I'm going to emphasize, so short. But like, you know, you talk to somebody for like days in a row and it just feels like this imaginary intimacy, I guess. but it's like a great thing.
I don't know. I think one of the craziest fucking things is that a part of you is completely unexplored until you meet a particular person, you know? And once you meet that fucking person, it's like they open up like a Pandora's box and all of this fucking shit starts like flooding out. You know what I mean? And it's crazy to think that this could impact you so fucking much, but just listen for a second. Like one person crosses your path and then like everything, like your world gets more complex. Everything gets like fucking louder and louder and louder and louder. And the crazy part is that they might not even stay, you know? They might not even fucking stay. But now they've left you fucking standing there holding this key with the door wide open. Just wide open. And like you can't sit there and pretend you're not curious of what's behind that fucking door, you know? And now it's open. So it's like you might as well like peek and fucking check it out. But that's just fucking scary. You know, it's hella fucking scary. But it's like part of the human experience, I guess. I don't know. Okay, bye.
And then it just goes away. So of course there's going to be like a void there. Now that we're over that, I feel really good about having had that, because now I know, like, I just have never had that type of conversation that I wanted. I feel like it was like, it was not even intellectual, but it was more intellectual than other people I've ever talked to. People who are just your cup of tea, honestly. So I'm really happy to have had that. But it also like it definitely like hurt. It hurt, girl. I wish it didn't hurt, but it hurt, girl. It definitely did. And I was like, why me? And so many great things in my life were literally happening at the exact same time. So looking back at those moments, I can really appreciate the good things that were happening, because I was like, okay, that felt really good at the time, but it just wasn't, and that's okay. And I just have to be okay with that. And I hope that if you're going through anything similar, talking stage ended, however the case, I hope that you're doing well, because yeah, girl, you know, I'm not even gonna lie. I've had a really good talking stage in a while. Most of the people I've talked to, I just ghost because it wasn't doing it for me. And I don't really know how I feel about that. Just because with this day and age, I do feel like ghosting is fair at this point, because you don't know these people. I guess once you get to know them, then that's the point where it's like, okay, nah, that's not cool. But like, you know, that's why I'm gonna be devil's advocate. That's why I think it's fair. Yeah, ghosting's a silly thing, but that's just what's happened to me. I've been like, that's how I felt for everybody so far. It's like, all right, this is enough. And like, it's true. But I've had probably like 3 to 4 solid people who I've actually had good conversations with over the past little bit of time. Yeah, like they ended, and what was, and that was it. They hurt at the time, but now it's okay. It's definitely okay now. I'm happy where I'm at. Like, I just couldn't imagine any of those things serving me well. And I think that's what's really funny about dating men specifically. I'm always going to reiterate that I'm open to everything. I don't like labels, period, because I feel like it's unfair. There's so many beautiful people. Like, I love bad bees. That is my effing problem. Like, I love everybody. Like, I think everybody looks good. Like, everybody looks good. How can I deny myself? So most of the time, the men aren't gonna elevate you unless they really are that guy. Oh, you are enough. Never forget that. I know it's hard to not crave partnership and intimacy and things like that. I understand that. But as someone who hasn't had like a committed relationship before, I'm really grateful for it, because I feel like that would have hindered me from reaching my fullest potential, because I feel like I really do care about the people who are in my life. So I will let that consume me. Understand that you're enough. Like, everything that you want and desire may need help. You may want help, all these things, but you have to live with yourself. I always say this, but when you die, it's you by yourself. Like, it's that voice in your head, everything going on is all you. And I don't say that to make you scared. I think it's most importantly a reminder of how important the relationship with yourself is, to enjoy it, to feel good, to realize your company is everything, you know? I'm not saying you can't have a bad day. definitely have bad days, definitely want companionship, but like just being able to find it within yourself is such a great feeling. I can confidently say over like the past 2 to 3 years, I've put in so much work into the self-love portion, because there was a huge part of my life and time that I just hated myself. I hated myself so much. I hated myself so much for so many reasons, and they had nothing to do with the physical. Physical improving always will help, you know? But it was more so, it was a lot of inner work of flaws that I found in myself that I just thought, oh, you're not worthy, you're not this, this, and that. That was never the case. Never the case at all. Just, it's all a mind game, truly. Just really trying to like yourself sometimes. Not even knowing why you don't like yourself, but it's just like your reality. Just trying to really enjoy yourself. I know that I feel so confident in so many ways because of things that I can't even comprehend, traits and attributes that I see in myself that I would love to see in others. Those are the reasons I love myself. I have so much self-love and love for myself, is that when I see those traits reflected in others, that makes me feel really good. Like when I see someone who reads a lot, that is a trait that I admire in myself. That I can do that and I have the capability because I built that muscle, you know? And then when I see others do it, I see that reflection of me in them, of like, wow, I relate to you. Like, I love that, you know? Even like the ability to go to the gym, it took me long to feel confident in the gym, but now that I do and I see other people being confident in the gym, that makes me feel good. Like I see myself reflected in that because of the time and the work that I put into these things. Even like I'm a huge advocate for holding the door open for people. I might not sometimes just because they're a little far. Like I can't help it, but I'm a huge advocate for opening the door for somebody despite that's in my nature. It's what I care to do. Nothing for me to hold a door open for you, you know? I think it's polite. So when I see other people do that, I love seeing that in other people because I'm like, oh, you're a bit of me. Like, you're a piece of myself that I just can't help. Like, I have manners. I like people to feel appreciated and stuff like that. When I go on walks, when I smile at people, I'm always going to smile at them. I don't care if they don't smile back, but I always will because that is just who I am. These are all little things, but they are all a part of the whole thing. Trait that I really admire in some people is like their charisma. I want to be way more charismatic. It may not be who I am though, so I can admire their charisma and be happy that I got to witness it. I just say all these things to say is you have to look at what you do have. No matter what, you have to look at what you have. I feel like that is how you begin the self-love journey. That is how you realize you're more than enough in these ways. And yeah, big topic, new year, all of the above is get sexier now, right now. That is what it's all about. And let me tell you why. When you physically feel like you look good, it's only gonna come out, you know? When you're bad on the outside and you're good on the inside, it's like lethal. I think that's what's really important. Feeling like that girl, feeling like that person, whatever that means to you. I have been feeling super confident without my makeup on, and it's not like my makeup was ever really, like at least in the past year, it's not like my makeup ever was really like a hiding type of thing. I've been liking not wearing makeup because I'm like, oh, so when I put it on, it looks really good. Now, let me be clear. I think that if you can acknowledge that you look good without certain things, and then you add the extra things, then it's like, beautiful. But that is in your own right. I'm gonna say it like this. Yeah, I don't want you to be feeling like, oh, I look like crap without this, and then once I put this on, it's like, beautiful. Like that's a natural feeling. That makes sense. But it's like, you can feel good about how you look without anything, then you know how you're gonna look with everything. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about like bodies as well. Like you know what's underneath your clothes sometimes. I feel like that's why that's super important to embrace that. And I have this phrase, this is like the first gem I'm dropping of it, but it's like stay naked. That's one of my favorite things. I feel like stay vulnerable, stay open, be able to see things for what they are, and then you could put something fly on, you know? That's my point. You know what's underneath and you feel good about what's underneath. then what you put on top don't matter. People love to like belittle things that people like to do for no reason. Just do what you want. If you know how to do something, it feels really good to know how to do something. I don't think there's ever a point to feel lack, because you can always learn if that's something you want to do. If you can't figure it out, okay, but don't belittle people who do it. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. That's so frustrating sometimes, especially as a girl who, like, I get ready as much as I can and however comfortable I can all the time. Over the past few years, I learned that if I leave the house looking a way I don't want to, I'm gonna have a bad day. I don't understand what people don't get about that, and they just enable that behavior from themselves all the time. It's okay if you're having a bad day and you just get ready and you're like, okay, this is just a bad day. That's cool. Choosing to do something that you said you didn't want to do, that's stupid. That's stupid. If you say you don't want to leave the house looking a bum, then make the decision to not leave the house looking a bum. If you don't care, then you don't care. That's all. That's it. Like, I'm so confused. Then just figure it out. It really irks my soul when the answer is right in front of somebody. A lot of the times, just do it. Just do it. And this is really just about the physical. Try my best to look as best as I can. You know, I get up earlier if I need to, and I do it. Yes, the system in beauty and all that crap. Whatever, beauty standards, whatever. Not getting into that right now. I'm getting into, if I don't want to look bad, I'm not going to look bad. And my definition of looking bad is very mine, you know? You wear what feels good for you. That's what I said, like, you're going to die with yourself. Why not do what you can to make you feel the best up until that point? One thing, especially in the makeup department, I advise you to get on immediately. Kind of finding something that like ups the level for you. You guys need to have a secret weapon. You decide what your secret weapon is, and then you hold it dear to you. And I'm going to tell you guys mine. My secret weapon is eyeliner. I might even say eyeliner and lashes. Try to hold off until I plan to, because it really does feel like a secret weapon. I like how sultry my eyes look when that combination is going on. That's it. That's all. I was doing it for a long time just to do it because I was experimenting with my makeup. Then when I realized that, oh, this looks like really good on me, that was something I had to like take a step back from, because I really like it doesn't even have to be that. It can be your scent combo, your lip combo, specific that you do to yourself that maybe no one will blink an eye at. No one will care. No one will think this or that. But you know. Now you guys know. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'll just come up with another secret weapon. You know what I mean? Just for yourself. But even if it has anything to do with someone else, great, you know? But really for yourself, of like, oh yeah, this is my secret weapon. Like maybe even like a flavor gum you chew, signature nail color, or your toe color, or jewelry, anklets. Anklets are definitely a secret weapon for me. Piercings, having your earrings all in. That probably is another secret weapon of mine. If I wear all the piercing that I actually have in my ears, when I just have a full ear of studs. We just had a brief intermission and then I got stuck on Pinterest. I always be getting stuck on Pinterest. Go check out my Pinterest. There's this one folder I have called These Are Funny, because they're funny to me, and I just scroll for a while and laugh the whole time. And I think that is something you guys could do as well. Find something funny. Find something funny to do with your time. People are all like, oh, go find a hobby, go do this, and that. But sometimes those just aren't fun. You get tired of having to figure stuff out. I think go find something silly and whimsical to do. Like, these reaction pictures are funny to me. I wish I could make some. Maybe that'll be my next concept, but laughing at them kind of do it for me. It might just be my sense of humor. I'm okay with that too, because it's my sense of humor. Like, so I've been having so much fun in my new friendships lately. It's just been so fun, and I'm hopeful that they continue to be fun. Kind of scary. Yeah, it's just all kind of scary sometimes. Letting new people into your life. This picture on my manifestation board says, I make friends who unlock my potential. And I've been making friends who unlock my potential, and it's really quite amazing once you put your mind to something and you talk to God and you pray about it, how the things happen, no matter the timing. In 2024, one of my huge goals was that I wanted to make new friends, and I did not really make any. Last year, I went out to dinner with a new friend for the first time, and it's cool. You know, we're great, you know, but we just haven't actively hung out a lot. And then like last month into right now, I made a new friend and we've hung out like 4 times so far, and it's been really fun. We have a lot of like shared interest, so that's been so freaking fun. Like literally living in answered prayers is crazy. And just religion and praying and God, you know what, not religion, because I actually am like, there's so much, you guys. I'm very broad because I can dwell in the broadness of it all. I'm okay with not knowing the specifics and stuff sometimes, but yeah, religion and prayer and dedication to your faith, no matter what your faith is, will take you much further than anything in this entire thing. The faith that I have has just grown. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge Ram Dass believer and listener. I listen to his lectures. I have a whole journal dedicated to these, to my notes about spirituality. My very first one was August 2022, focusing on my spirituality because it's something that's really important to me and has led me where I am to this day. I grew up Christian and Pentecostal, and I grew up in church. So I've always had a concept of God, but finding it for yourself is a whole completely other thing. And spirituality, like specifically, gave me so much strength in that. I think over the past few months, I'm gonna just say my Christian spirituality has unlocked so much more. I was listening to one of the Ram Dass lectures, and then I believe, do not quote me, I may have just had this thought and wrote it down, like Christ-like loyalty. Different types of messages you receive and can actually like compute and listen to depending on the speaker. Growing up in church, I have so many different perceptions of, I guess it's discernment of who to listen to and what I want to hear. Like Ram Dass, it's very spiritually connected to who and how I feel. So that is the type of messenger I like to listen to. Sometimes pastors go off the rails, but you know, we're all people. Can't judge them for that. But that is where like I be like pivoting. I say that to say in a Ram Dass lecture, it was like faith is the nature of being versus belief is the concepts. That is like what's left when the concepts fade, the faith. That opened my mind to faith in a way. I never really dwelled on the word faith, but that has been running my life, has been faith and dedicating, like committing, continuously committing to your faith. Your beliefs can change. You believe this or you don't believe that. It also gave me the strength of knowing that it's okay to not be perfect. I never really thought I was perfect, but in my own right, I'm perfect, you know, still to this day. In my own right, I'm perfect. But like me changing, my beliefs changing, things that I thought I knew about myself and was so confident in, those are simply just beliefs and those change, you know, but you know what remains the same is faith. Faith is always going to be there as long as you hold on to it. That has been running my life and it's been quite beautiful. Having faith, it eases your anxiety in so many ways. I just hope that, like, you know, in your own right, on your own journey, you will find your faith and what drives you, and it's faith at the end of the day. And it's just been such a beautiful thing for me to have and revel in as a human. And that has been so strong for me. So no matter what I've been doing or wanting to do, I've had faith and I've been able to keep it going because of my faith. I say all that to say, just to circle out this video, is that what will be when pursuing your dreams, people, relationships, self-love, and just wanting to improve yourself. If you have the faith that it will happen, then it will. And all you can simply do is stay the course, knowing that God, universe, energy is going to guide you to exactly where you're supposed to be. Like, you are going exactly where you're supposed to be, and there's nothing that's going to stop you if it's where you're supposed to be. And faith has just been this beautiful, huge presence in my life lately. And yeah, I just encourage you guys to do whatever you need to do to unlock your faith. I feel like it naturally happens, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. But if you've been thinking about certain things or aspects, lean into it. I will never not encourage prayer. Prayer is a form of deep meditation. Won't disencourage meditation, prayer, enlightenment, and just feeling it out. If you know nothing, just talk to yourself a little bit. You're never alone. There's a presence and a higher power, whether you believe it or not. Just talk, and just let it keep flowing. Just let it flow in and out. And I honestly would say that's where to start. In and out. Ask for what you want. Ask for what you need. Just be in the presence of. You don't have to ask for anything. Express gratitude. Express yourself. Express love. Express anything that you're feeling. May it be anger, sadness. Just express it and just follow that path. That's all I really can say. When discovering like a more spiritual side of yourself, if that's something that doesn't gravitate towards you, I think the only way out is through, and all you can do is just follow that path. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this girl talk. Feel free to ask any questions because I'd love to film another one of these as soon as possible. Thank you guys for spending time with me. I love you. And this was everything and more. So like, comment, and subscribe.